Hello and welcome to qualifying for the 8 Hours of Mugello, the 7th round of the 2021 EERC Championship. My name is Ed. I'll be one of your commentators today. We're going to have several throughout the 8 hours, but I'm here to start. I'm here for qualifying. So, 12 minutes left, and as you can see, LM-P2 currently being led off in the battle for pole position by David Kolokshai to the tune of only 0.2 of a second, though, I believe, unless the overlay is slightly delayed. Yeah, it is. Loic Milner has improved from when I last checked. So, Mugen Sim Racing number 21 is on pole by 0.137 at the moment. All-time LMP2 is a time of 1 minute 32.139. So very close. That battle there between Burn Horizon 85 and Mugen Sim Racing 21. The 21, of course, in a very tight battle for the championship. Self and the number 20. We are riding on board with the Ferrari, number 51 GT3 car of Christian João Lopez. Best lap time 1:45.043. So he'll be looking to improve. That's 9th in class, by the way. As you can see, actually, I've completely messed up the overlay page, haven't I? Because the GT3s are sort of blending into the LMP2s because there's so many of them. There we go. So it's actually Dream Team Endurance number 70, Zoltan Toff, that leads the GT3 standings by nearly half a second, actually, over Wesley Bukow in the Alta Motorsports number 35. Ferrari, so I believe Toff driving the McLaren 720S. Dream Team, fresh off a really superb performance, I felt, against the Mugens Portimao last month. So looking to get another pole position here. So Dream Team are really starting to turn their season around. Is it great to see? But anyway, we should probably talk about the championship standings at some point as we watch Pavel Pankovic negotiate the final corner. At a time. Oh, he's going to pit lane, so clearly it wasn't. Yes, Chris Tompkins, race directors. What car is he driving here? It looks like he's got like a Beatles on the side. Oh. A bit here. Kyoto Animation. I think it's supposed to be a anime car. Here we go. Pit lane. Yeah, a couple of supposed to be anime characters on the side. Riley McKibben, 37. Doing too well in qualifying at the moment. They'll be hoping to improve. Quite a way off, but David Kolokshai, purple first sector, right on board actually. Go over this roller coaster circuit. We go approaching Arabiata 1. Purple sector 2 as well. This isn't Arabiata, is it? Oh, ooh. So he was about to have a moment there, but hands on the steering wheel. Whoa! I was saying, so here we go. This looks like a last corner. Goes towards the line. What's the time going to be? Better than his current time, 1:32.1. Oh no, it's just slightly slower in that final sector. But all the time ebbed away. It might have even just been that moment at the final corner that we saw. We go, David Kolokshai will have to try again, especially with Loic Milner, Burn Horizon number 85. It really come out of nowhere. I was not expecting that from the 85. Very impressive. I underestimated him. And the 85, big threat for pole here, and could well be in contention in the race. Such a narrow circuit at points as Riley McKibben briefly goes off track. as McKibben did just set his best lap on the previous run. 8th in the order behind Fring of Bond 138, driven by Tony Jansen, new driver. I think we've seen Tony Jansen in action before. That is quite impressive. 138, Fring of Bond, the Dutch team, we have seen them in action on numerous occasions and putting the underdog performances against some of the bigger teams. So with 7 minutes remaining in the session here at Mugello, you just watch McKibben. Note 30 Roman is apparently going on the circuit, but let's see what McKibben can do here. Yeah, he goes into the first of the sort of elongated chicane there, which is where, of course, Formula 1 race at Mugello last year, there was a big accident. Tuscan Grand Prix, I believe, eliminated quite a few drivers, including Max Verstappen. Yeah, of course, he's doing a lot better in this season's championship, leading it slowly. Oh, there we go. McKibben had a big moment there, just got a little wide, and into the gravel he slides. Oh, disappointing. I don't think he was up in the first sector, but never know. It could have improved there. Pointing for Riley McKibben, and Irish number 87 will be hoping to do a bit better. Here is the GT3 Irish team. Number 7 being driven by 30 Roman. They are a title contender in GT3. Only a point behind the second place Mugen. The Triple 8 or the 88? One of the two. I think the 88 is leading by quite a margin because the Triple 8 did have a tricky run last time out. Here's 30 Roman on his outlap. Apologies. And this is 30 Roman just making his way through the final chicane and approaching the final corner, that long left-hander. Such a roller coaster circuit here at Mugello. There are so many elevation changes. It would really be quite difficult to negotiate in the race. Meanwhile, while we've been watching this, Pavel Pankovic, here we go, we cut to him now, has to set personal best lap time, 1:34.1, about 2 seconds off the pole in LM-P2. He's up to 11th place in the standings, so reading game, a better run of it. And in fact, this lap itself, a very good, pretty solid middle sector. Let's see as he runs to the line. Can he improve on 11th position? 5 minutes remaining. Nope, there we go, 1:34.4. 3/10 slower. A whole second slower in that final sector than whole time. Well, let's have a look at. I know Tony Jansen has just gone back to the pit lane, put some new tyres on, I'm assuming. But Tony Jansen had just set a really good lap there, 1:33.4, to consolidate his advantage over Ryan McKibben to 3/10. And there we go, Tony Jansen to rejoin the circuit. Pankovic the pit as well. Felix Neuberger for Bodling Motorsports just set a pretty strong first sector there. And the number 28 just led on occasion and impressed the hands of Felix Neuberger. And they get themselves a bit higher up the grid. 4th would be a great starting position, but top 3 put the cat right amongst the pigeons. Car looks well set up on corners. See how it manages the chicane and the curves. So hard for the LM-P2s to lap the GT3s once the race begins at 2 o'clock, of course, about half an hour. Oh, a little bit of understeer, but Neuberger managed it pretty well. Going to be an improvement, but how far up is he going to get him? Here we go. Crosses the line, and Felix Neuberger. Oh, I don't think he quite improved actually. He was set up false expectations there, but oh, actually, he was only 0.026 behind Nico Barkley, of course. So, quite an impressive effort, at least. Not quite enough to get third position off of Nico Barkley, the Valley Esports number 7 car. Now, you may notice one of our regular runners into the last 3 minutes of the session is not competing. That would be Valley Esports number 33, who have been banned from qualifying because of a incident from practice where they crashed into a GT3 car that was offline and is not allowed. The GT3 car was sort of in the gravel, and they decided to do a head-on collision with them, which the race direction took a pretty dim view of. So, unfortunately, Dan Valestra, Valley Esports number 33, win in Suzuka very impressively. They're going to have to do that all over again. In terms of making their way up the field, of course. Very, very bad. I'm not sure if they'll have to start behind the GT3 cars or whether they'll let them start in 12th place, the very rear of the LM-P2 field. That's what I would assume they would do, because the LM-P2s tend to be released together, and then the GT3s are released. Oh, Tompkins going a little bit wide there. Just about keeping it on the tarmac for the black and grey stuff. One on a piece, and that is Zoltan Hives for DEAC Hackers, number 95. They're two very good sectors. Here he is through the final chicane. On Zoltan Hives, if we can. See what DEAC Hackers can do here. Neat and tidy out the final corner. What's the lap time going to be? We really need to improve on 5th position. And not able to, though. The Zoltan Hives only a 10th behind Felix Neuberger, so the battle for 3rd. Very tight, actually. Nico Barkley holding on by the skin of his teeth at the present moment. Going to the final 40 seconds of the session. Really vital to get a lap time in. I think DEAC Hackers won't get enough run, of course, because they've just gone to the pit lane. So, through down to Kolotschein, Milner, Buckley, and Neuberger to fight out over pole position. That would be 2. Very luring, who's on a better lap, 8th in class. Royal Racing Bravo number 93. You didn't need a better grid slot. Oh, just about gets the braking into the apex there. The GE3 car drifts out wide onto the curves, but the lift from Jerry Luring as he powers towards the timing line. It's going to be 46.8. So a personal best time at only 0.040 from Skabolics Delhi in the PSB McLaren 650S number 753. Good effort by Jerry Luring there as he travel. With the session over, everyone has to complete their lap times now. Mikhail Wozniak was on a better run and has decided to go take a visit to the gravel trap. Here we go. Battle for pole position. Kolotschein has set a best first sector of anyone, but a slightly slower middle sector. I think he is the only one. Oh, but like Milner was actually on a best middle sector. So it's really between these two. Kolotschein goes towards the line. What is this time going to be? Is it going to be good enough for pole position for the Mugen driver? It is. 132.071. Milner a little bit further back. Here we go. Very good last sector there by David Kolotschein. Milner powers towards the timing line. What is Milner going to do here? Is it going to be a 32? Oh, did it look like he just went to the pit lane there? Just after he crossed the timing line. So it was an improvement, but still 2 temps off there. And Nico Barkley is out of it. So that's going to be a grid order then. David Kolotschein on pole for Mugen Sim Race number 21. 2. Zoltan Toth on pole the second race in a row for Dream Team Endurance. Exciting qualifying session there. Half an hour till the race starts. So, before the race begins, it'd be a good idea to give a quick update. Yeah, championship standings are very well poised ahead of the last 4 races of the season. This is round 7. We've still got rounds. This round and 3 others to go. And this ends with 24 hours of Spa. Back from Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium. It's going to be a very exciting conclusion to this championship. The top runners in the LM-P2, the title contenders. We have Mugen Sim Racing 21 on 121.5 points. A couple of races where the points are distributed different amounts depending on the length of the race. Only 3.5 points behind them on 118 points is Mugen Sim Racing number 20. In third position in the championship on 107 points, EERC Hackers number 95. Who, of course, they line up down in 5th today. Really need to make up some ground on the 21 and the 20. 20 had a brilliant race in Portimao winning, but the 21 had a bit of a nightmare, which has allowed the 20 to close in. In 4th position, Abstinio Force Polonia, number 99, on 78 points. They've been very quick. They've won a race this season. 4 Hours of Nola, the season opener. But they've not had the best of luck. Down on 78 points with a lot of ground to make up. And then finally, is Valley Esports number 90. They're the ones who won. It wasn't the 33, sorry. Yeah, the one in Suzuka is, of course, number 90. On 62.5 points. Not that far off Abstinio Force Polonia, number 99. Then it is Giovanna Iris Automation, number 87, who we were talking about earlier, on 53 points. Those are all the teams that are in the top 6, really, and in contention. In GT3, it is Mugen Sim Racing 88 that leads, quite dominantly at the moment, on 146 points, winning in Portimao. Mugen Sim Racing 888 on 89 points, quite 60 points or so. Then it is quite close between them and Iris Automation number 7 on 83 points, just 6 behind them. And this Team Shiba number 73, who've missed a couple of races actually, on 69 points. Alton Motorsports number 35, driven by Wosti Bukout and others. That is on 62. No, not. It is on 62 points. Sorry. So yes, another 7 behind Team Shiba. BH3 Racing number 3 on 56.5 points, and then in 7th it is Dream Team Endurance number 70, fresh off of finishing a 2nd runner-up last time in Portimao after taking pole. They're on 41 points. The pole again. Dream Team number 70 could really start to have an impact on how the GT3 title plays out. So anyway, we've still got just over 24 minutes until the race begins. Ryan Ferris should be joining me in the commentary box, so I'm really looking forward to that. But until he arrives, I'm going to take a short break, lunch, because I won't get the chance probably during the race itself. Well, I will take breaks, don't worry, for like coffee and stuff like that. Completely destroy myself over these next 8 hours. But anyway, if you're enjoying what you see, do let us know. Jake Denhan correcting me about the pronunciation of Lopez, not Lopez with a Z. Is that a pronunciation thing, or is that how it's been spelt somewhere? A couple of comments about Chris Tompkins' anime car, who you saw earlier. It's covered in anime, it entirely deserves to be punted. That's Robert Stretcher, and Forrest McCormack agreed with him, saying the man's got a point. Totally neutral perspective here. But anyway, I'm going to take a break for a brief period now. But I'll leave you with the auto director so you can watch doing their warm-up, practicing for the start. Promises to be very exciting. So join us at 2 o'clock. I come back, get the 8 hours of Mugello started. I was there trying to give myself 2 hours less to commentate on. But anyway, bye for now.
Whisper test. Let me know if you can hear this. Whisper test, whisper test. Please let me know that you can hear this.
Hello and welcome back to 8 Hours of Mugello. Here, of course, at the Mugello circuit, heart of Tuscany in Italy. My name is Ed, and we're just getting ready for the race. It begins in a matter of minutes, really. 4 minutes to be precise. We're just looking at the Slabolics. Delhi negotiating the track. 753 car. We did see some very impressive performance in qualifying, not least from David Collock-Shy and Mugen Sim Racing number 21. Did not see much of the number 20 car, curiously enough. Really in the top 6. The if Gogo below. Get the car a bit higher up the field. Inevitably start the race. But a lot of excitement to look forward to here. Also, didn't really see a sign of the Abstinio Force Polonia number 99 car. Fortunately. Had a difficult season at times. Often sort of self-inflicted, unfortunately, some of their bad luck in terms of reliability failures from pushing the engine too hard, mistakes on track, that kind of thing. They have been very quick though. Fortunately, it doesn't look like they're present today, but that means a big opportunity for someone else to take advantage. And we're just being joined by another commentator friend of mine, Ryan Ferris. How are you, Ryan?
Hello, Ed. Yeah, I'm doing very good, thanks.
Oh, that's great to hear. Are you looking forward to what is almost certainly going to be a chaotic race at Mugello with two endurance classes fighting for the same piece of very narrow real estate?
I absolutely love Mugello. That long run down into Turn 1 San Donato. Yeah, it's one of the longest straights. And then all of a sudden it goes into a very tight hairpin to start off things. So, yeah, we could see some people heading straight into the gravel trap come Turn 1.
Yeah, that is a distinct possibility. We have seen it a few times in qualifying. Cars getting a corner wrong and then just going straight off into the gravel, especially at Arrabbiata 1, the exit the previous corner. They're going wide over the curbs and not able to make the corner because they've got the tyres on the gravel. Anyway, shall we, with only a couple of short minutes to go, shall we briefly go through the starting order? Because I'm not sure you all know what it is yet, Ryan, having missed qualifying.
Yes, let's go.
Okay, so we'll look at the LM-P2 grid to start with. It is David Collock-Shy on pole in the 21, Loic Milner for Burn Horizon 85 alongside him. Then there's Nico Barkley in the number 90, following which there was, I think it was Felix Neuberger was in 4th. Then there's Zoltan Hayes for DAC Hackers. The problem is it goes really quickly, so I always miss them. But there you got Ruben Griefried in 9th, Alessandro Valente in 10th, Pavel Pankovic 11th, Stan Valestra in 12th for the number 33 Valet, and of course they're starting at the back because they had a bit of a misdemeanor in free practice where they crashed into the back of a GD car that was just on the gravel offline, and they just were excluded from qualifying because of it. But they will start the race 12th. Meanwhile, GD3 order, it is Zoltan Toth on pole for Dream Team number 70 from Verdi Roman, Iris number 7, one of the big title contenders. Mikhail Wozniak for Triple 4 Fringer Vond is 3rd, with Wesley Buchau in 4th for the 35. Triple 8 of Donut Deisner is 5th, title contender. Leventi Vazcun 909 is 6th. Erdeli is 7th in the 735. Somebody else was 8th. Christian Lopez is 9th in the 51, and Chris Tompkins, race director, bringing up the rear of the field in the number 45 in the special anime liveried car, bright yellow. Hard to miss that one. but there we go. So that is a pretty interesting order. The championship leader in LMP2 should be comfortably have a great chance to extend his points lead, which he didn't have in Portimao. Because number 21 had an awful time in Portimao. So anyway, Ryan, anything we should be looking out for in this Mugello circuit as we wait for practice to end, a warm-up rather to end? I think we're a minute over past 2 o'clock, so it definitely seems like there's a bit of a hold-up somewhere.
Well, obviously with the Mugello circuit is there is really no rest for the drivers, only that start-finish straight, and then once they come into turn 1 San Donato, it's pretty much corner after corner after corner from there onwards. Obviously it's very tight, and like you said, it could be particularly heart-in-mouth stuff over the first lap or two, as everyone's all bunched up together. But yeah, the main thing to look out for is the slipstream down this start-finish straight, because it will pretty much slingshot you down into turn 1. And I think that's where we're going to see most of our overtaking today.
I imagine we'll be seeing quite a few GD cars having a big influence in the lead battle in LMP2. But that could be almost any corner, knowing how tight it is in places. There's kind of only room for one car to make it through, like the chicane before the final corner, for instance. And it's going to be a classic bunching up point.
Yeah, and that's another thing to look out for, because the final chicane, how it may look very simple, there is a lot of time that can be gained and lost through that chicane, which if you do manage to get a good run out that chicane, it can cause you to catch the car in front hand over fist into the final corner. The braking for the final corner is quite shallow, so you'd really be looking to get into the optimal position to then slipstream down the start-finish straight.
Yeah, and we should remind, of course, our audience that may not be familiar with how EERC works. If there's an incident, and we're probably going to see quite a few across the 8 hours, chances are, because it is Mugello, but in the event of an incident, what often happens is a code 80 is called, and a code 80 essentially means the cars have to stick to 80 miles per hour, can't exceed that, and it's effectively a full course yellow period until the danger is cleared. It's either a car with a damaged steering or rear wing or something like that. Will often have to make its way to the pit lane for repairs. Once it gets to the pit lane, then the code 80 usually ends. We have a handy little graphic that will hopefully let you know whenever a code 80 is in progress. Anyway, warm-up has just ended. It was Moina for the Burn Horizon 85. He finished 4th last time at Portimao, and he's qualified, like I said, qualified on the front row here, very impressively. Definitely gave a try run for his money in qualifying. Fastest in the warm-up. So we'll have to see. Makes the best getaway here. Like you say, getting the braking into turn 1 could really start your race on the right footing. But of course, there's so much in terms of strategy. Across an 8-hour race, it's really going to be pivotal in terms of making the fuel last.
Okay, PT field, you may go when the lights go green. On pit limiter. On pit limiter.
There we go.
Any P2 cars at the back of the GT field may catch up to the P2 field. The Valor Esports cars stay at the back of the P2 field. The Mugen car can take your grid position at the front of the P2 field.
There you go. One of the racer is Nick Homewood there, just giving instructions to the drivers. Stay on the pit limiter. We also got the LMP2 field will be released first, followed, of course, by the GT3 field.
Can the GTs please make sure they leave a big enough gap to the PT field of at least 10 seconds?
Oh dear. Looks like we've actually been kicked out of the server. Because the message does not look good at all. Just as the race is about to begin, that happens. Typical. Bear with us, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a couple of technical difficulties here. I can actually join back in, or if it'll do that automatically. Not the server we were in. I don't know why it's gone for Free Stooges Fun Racing server. This is a bit of a disaster, isn't it? Well, we'll just have to go on to buy the timing screens for the time being, fortunately. but thankfully the race doesn't look like it's begun yet. I'm hoping this will let us back in. Sorry? Oh dear, and now it's crashed completely.
LM-P2s, please file into double file.
Apologies for this, ladies and gentlemen. There's not much
GTs,
I can
please
do at the
into
moment.
double file.
Oh, there we go. Okay. But we're back in, ladies and gentlemen.
LM-P2 green.
Okay, so the MP2 field has just been released. Just as I've got back in, unless this is the wrong server. And it looks like it is the wrong server, actually. Yep, because it looks like these guys are in a practice session.
GT3 green.
So, I can only read the timing screens, ladies and gentlemen. Zoltan Varconi leads. This is clearly the wrong bloody server. This is what happens when they don't tell me how to use the fucking thing. Oh, I've clicked on single player. That's what's happened. Okay. Just getting really angry here.
I don't know. Are we still talking live or? I don't
No,
know.
I've clicked on single player because it wasn't clear what to do. There was no way to reconnect to the server. I don't know what I'm doing because no one has ever taught me how to use R-Factor because I thought I would just crashed and I didn't know how to fix it, right? It wasn't my fault. Ooh, is that Pascal?
Me.
Is this
Yeah,
friend?
that's me.
Right.
Can I see your screen somewhere? Yes. Can
I'm
you
pressing.
share your screen? Or the
Stop asking me
some
to.
screen?
I think we should probably stop broadcasting now because this is embarrassing.
Yeah.
Right. So bloody slow. Right.